Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about the screenwriting article, which I'm in agreement with the title, or at least I have an idea of what the title means. With Spider-Man 4 has to break an annoying MCU Spidey Trend. If it's him being a sidekick in his own movies, or at least have the feeling of him being a sidekick in his own movies, then yeah, I have to agree. That trend has to end. It should end. Because I think that the MCU is like, well, the people behind Tom Holland's Spider-Man is extremely excited with the fact that now we get to use Spider-Man with the other MCU like Marvel characters, and it's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love seeing Spider-Man with Captain America, Black Panther, Iron Man, Mysterio, which I think they could have used Mysterio anyways, but Black Widow, Phil Coulson if he was still around, Nick Fury. It's cool to see Spider-Man on the big screen with those characters, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the first two Spider-Man movies in the MCU and Civil War, he kind of felt like a sidekick. Civil War made sense. I could kind of understand with the first Spider-Man movie. The second Spider-Man movie should have started to go away from that and started to make Peter Parker's own thing. And to a certain extent, you can say that Peter Parker kind of felt like the sidekick to Doctor Strange, even though he was the main star of the movie, but still. So I would like to have Peter Parker feel like he's not, putting it in Star Wars terms, he's not an apprentice anymore, that he's a master. And after everything that has happened in No Way Home, I want to feel like Spider-Man is that Jedi, on the Jedi Master level, if you get my meaning. He's not at the Grand Master level yet, he's more like a Jedi Master level at this point. He should. Anyways, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is expected to return for a new adventure in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and now that his life took a drastic turn following the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man 4 has to break an annoying trend that has followed Spider-Man since his debut in Captain America: Civil War. After years of speculation about when Spider-Man would be introduced in the MCU, a deal between Marvel and Sony allowed the web-slinger to become part of this connected universe, and he has since become a key element in the MCU. After fighting against Team Captain America with Team Iron Man, Spider-Man returned with his first solo movie in Spider-Man Homecoming, and later joined the biggest MCU battles in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, which I so love seeing him in both. Spider-Man closed the Infinity Saga with Spider-Man Far From Home, and his third adventure, Spider-Man No Way Home, will be the key in the upcoming Chaos in the Multiverse saga. However, all the Spider-Man solo movies have followed one annoying trend, and Spider-Man 4 is the perfect chance to break it. Spider-Man 4 shouldn't rely on the other MCU. Spider-Man shouldn't rely on the other MCU heroes in Spider-Man 4. I agree. I don't mind him teaming up with them, just not relying on them as heavy as he was in the first movies, as to say. Although the MCU Spider-Man has won the audience over, and thanks to No Way Home, he's now a key player in the Multiverse saga. Spider-Man development has been held back by the presence of other heroes, and have served as mentors to the young web-slinger. Spider-Man was found and recruited by Tony Stark in Captain America Civil War, which felt right as his introduction was quite smooth. But the MCU clung to Tony being Spider-Man's Peter's mentor, which ultimately hurt Spider-Man's development. Tony Stark was present in Spider-Man Homecoming and kept an eye on him, and this continued in Spider-Man Far From Home, even though Tony had already died. Nick Fury, and more like Talos, posing as Nick Fury, took Tony's place in Far From Home and kept an eye on Peter, and him with Quentin Beck Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, giving advice and guidance to the young hero, though with very different intentions. Marvel repeated this trend in Spider-Man No Way Home with Doctor Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, as well as Peter 2, played by Tobey Maguire, and Peter 3 was played by Andrew Garfield, who offered some words of wisdom when Holland's Peter during their brief time in the main MCU timeline. Which, I loved seeing Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire interacting with Tom Holland. I have to say, No Way Home created some of the best content for Spider-Man in general, in my opinion. With no one remembering Peter after the final spell in No Way Home, Peter can finally break free from mentor figures and do everything by himself, including making himself a spider suit, as seen at the end of No Way Home. This would finally allow Spider-Man to grow as a hero and a person, helping him find his own path in the ever-expanding MCU. And I feel like that's a key thing to do, like, especially at this point, especially with no one remembering him. This creates a good point for him to, like, start anew. Take everything that he learned from Iron Man, Mysterio, and Doctor Strange and the Spider-Men, and apply it to his life. Sure, I'm not saying don't tag team with other heroes. Sure, tag team with other heroes, but don't really lean on them as mentors, per se, if that makes sense. I don't mind seeing Peter Parker, Spider-Man tag teaming with people. I mean, in the 5 Spider-Man movies that came before Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie, we seen Peter Parker or Spider-Man team up with people in some fashion. In the original Spider-Man movie, it was Harry Osborn that Peter Parker teamed up with. And yes, I'm referring to Spider-Man 3. In the Amazing Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man teamed up with Officer Stacy, Gwen Stacy's father. In the sequel, he teamed up essentially with Gwen Stacy. Both died, of course. And Harry Osborn in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man died too. But he teamed up, and those felt very organic. Like, in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, it felt like the two, like, the Stacys, like, sure, they had things to contribute, but it was Peter doing most of the heavy lifting. In Spider-Man 3, when Harry and Peter finally teamed up after, like, feuding for the most of the movie, it felt like equal playing ground. They were there to, like, for the same objective, same, Mary Jane. And they used their abilities where, yeah, they partially relied on each other, but they didn't rely on each other to be their mentors. And I hope that they use that formula, relying on each other as teammates, besides, like, mentors, in Spider-Man 4. That'd be great. Anywho, when Spider-Man 4 happen? When will Spider-Man 4 happen? The biggest question about Spider-Man 4 is not so much who will join Peter Parker in his new adventure, or if he will be able to make his loved ones remember him. but when this movie will happen, which I don't doubt that, as like he would be able to try to like get Zendaya's character MJ and Zed to remember him, or at least, at the very least, forge a new relationship with them. Maybe in Spider-Man 4, Peter and MJ will like have that flame re-sparked, and they could have like MJ say, "It feels like there's a spark between us for a while, and it feels like we are like reigniting it." Could be a smooth point to like them having a flame in essentially Spider-Man 2 and 3. And maybe Zed could be Hobgoblin. I mean, I know the actor, like, he lost weight. He lost weight, so like he could be the new baddie for Spider-Man 4. Who knows? I would love to see him be the Hobgoblin, because that can put things in full circle, and in a way be like in a little like callback on the people who make the movies to like Toby and Andrew Spider-Man, because both of their best friends, which were Harry Osborn, essentially turned against them and fought them, and both died. One of them died as a hero. One of them, or no, Harry Osborn didn't die in Amazing Spider-Man. Point is, both the Spider-Man that came before Tom, his best friend, Spider-Man, Peter Parker's best friend, turned against him. So it would be kind of poetic if Zed, not remembering Peter, became the Hobgoblin. That would be like heart-wrenching and soul-sucking. Like, oh my god, please, no. And I would so hope you up for that. I would so hope you up for that. Please make Zed the bad guy. I want to see that now. Please make Zed the Hobgoblin. Please. Please. Anyways. Spider-Man 4 is one of the biggest titles missing from the official Phase 5 slate, and what has been revealed about Phase 6. And there haven't been updates about the status of the movie. While Peter Parker is expected to show up in Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Spider-Man: Secret Wars, it's unclear if he will have his first actual solo movie before the end of the multiverse saga, or if it will be part of the MCU's next era. And here's the thing. Like, Peter, like, story, like, it could influence some things in the multiverse saga, because we're in it. But I think, like, it would be great character development if we got, like I said, Zed turning on Peter, and, now we see, like, Zed being this crazy maniac. I would love to see that happening. I would love to see that happening. But, what do you beautiful people think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. For one of a day, be kind to one another. And I will talk to you beautiful people later. Later, taters.